Hey y'all, it's your girl Receipts with Real. Now today I want to report about American Airlines. Y'all, American Airlines has been under fire for a lot of their shady practices. I got about 3 different stories I want to cover today, starting with their discriminatory practices. We got people complaining that they're discriminating against them. And then we also have a story about the engine failing, having to do emergency landings. I don't know what's going on with them, but it's getting out of hand. So this particular young lady was telling a story about how she booked a first class flight, and when she got there, they gave her seat away to an old white woman. Of course, she was shocked and upset, but she stayed calm. Yeah, I'm telling you, she stayed a lot calmer than I would have because these folks played in her face. So they told her that she had to exit off the plane while they figured out the situation. They didn't even allow her to come back on the plane until they told her, we don't have any more seats available for you, but what we can do is we can put you in coach and then we're going to give you a whole row to yourself.
So I see this white lady in the seat that I paid for. I upgraded my seat for almost $600. I paid $562 to upgrade. I'm irritated, so I go tell the flight attendant. They told me to stand by wait, they're going to find me another seat. They told me I had to step off the flight, and they got to look for him. So I didn't get to get my seat. They let the lady keep my seat. Ma'am, they let that white lady keep my seat. I'm so annoyed because instead of having her move, they let her keep my seat.
Y'all, we all make mistakes. It's one thing to make a mistake, but when you make a mistake, you need to correct it. To make that mistake and still not fix it is crazy.
What happened next with this is so irritating. I had a whole row to myself. Because they lost my seat, they gave me a whole row to myself. This lady and her husband asked me to move from the seat and swap seats with them because they wasn't sitting together. The husband kept saying, hey, can you switch seats with me? I'm like, no, I'm good, because mind you, I got a whole row to myself. He was like, why won't you move? He was like, me and my wife aren't sitting together. We're trying to sit together. That didn't have nothing to do with me. The wife gets up. She moves into the seat. She moved my stuff and get in the seat. Then I email the people about the ordeal. I tell them, they send me a message.
Hold on, because what we're not going to do is skip past the fact that this elderly white couple just bombarded her for her seat that she paid almost $600 for. It would have took Jesus himself to get me up off of that lady and her husband. I don't care about the no-fly list, none of that, because at the end of the day, it's American Airlines' fault that any of this is happening. They did not protect this poor child. And I'm sorry, but y'all, I'm calling her a child because you could tell she's younger and she seems very non-confrontational. And this is something that I talk to my children about so much because I'm a non-confrontational person too. I used to be like that. I used to be her. And it took me to hit 30 for me to not put up with the bull no more. If you let people walk all over you, they will continue to do it. She said this woman moved her bags. At the very least, she could have pushed that lady away from her and her belongings. This is just unacceptable, and I'm real sad that she had to go through that.
First on CBS Mornings, the men are telling their story to our Chris Van Cleave.
We're the only ones getting taken off the plane. Look at this.
This video at the center of a newly filed lawsuit against American Airlines appears to show a number of black men after they've been removed from a flight allegedly due to a complaint about offensive body odor.
So this is discrimination.
The lawsuit claims as Flight 832 from Phoenix to New York was finishing boarding in January, American employees removed 8 black men from the plane. They were not traveling together, weren't seated next to each other, did not know each other, and appeared to be the only black men on the flight, according to the suit filed early this morning.
As I got my things and walked to the front of the plane and made a left to the jet bridge, I noticed that there was 7 other black men. And that kind of was like, okay, what's happening here? So
for plaintiffs Emmanuel Jean Joseph, Alvin Jackson, and Xavier Veal, Flight 832 was a connection.
What the media is not telling about this story is that there were actually 8 black men who were kicked off the plane. You only see 3 of them. 3 of them are the ones who are suing, but there was 8 black men who was kicked off the plane. So you mean to tell me that all of the black men on the plane had a foul odor? Because y'all, they kicked off every single black man on that plane that day.
Seems to agree race was a factor in the men getting pulled off the flight.
Just because of the color of my skin. Okay. Okay.
I do not disagree.
But when another flight to New York couldn't be found, They were put back on the same plane.
Had to go back on the plane with everybody looking at us, you know, for me, very uncomfortable.
Boy, American Airlines finna be getting hit with them lawsuits back to back, because ain't no way. Those men about to be some rich men, and if a girl knew what was best for her, she'll go ahead and sue them too. Now, this next situation was some footage that I caught of American Airlines having to do an emergency landing. Now, I'm not exactly sure what happened with that, but in the comments they were saying that it was engine failure, and I just think that's so crazy. Like, what is going on? This is like the third time that I've seen something where American Airlines had to do an emergency landing. Y'all do all that talking about Spirit, but Spirit ain't never had no problems like this. Not one. Spirit has never had a plane crash, had to do an emergency landing. Now, I think I did hear something about like a door falling off. Y'all, it's not funny, but I don't even know if that was Spirit. Y'all do y'all research on that one real quick and let me know. But I did hear a few months back there had to be a landing because like a door fell off one of the planes. But anyway, American Airlines, get y'all stuff together. Get your stuff together. That's the reason why I only fly Delta. I have never felt more comfortable, more at home, except for when I fly Delta. And I know people used to always tell me like, oh, you being bougie. As long as the flight gets you there. No, I just never feel comfortable on any other flight but Delta. So Delta, please don't fail me. And American Airlines, y'all got to get y'all shit together. But that's all I have for today. Y'all make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. That's the best way to support me is if you comment on this video and subscribe to my channel. Until next time, thank you so much.